Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 201st episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition, the most dangerous game. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Aruna in the Get Fenris.
Hi, I'm Adam. I play Mark Guides the Fallen, and he's a third of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. He is a Theurge of the Silent Striders.
Hello, my name is Riley, and I am playing Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Lupus Galliard of the Bone Gnawers.
Hi, my name is George. I am playing William Grows-Matrices. He is a rune of the Glasswalkers.
Last time, the Pax had been causing chaos across the country, going through, robbing a Federal Reserve bank, and now moving south as they have set their eyes on a ranch where animals are raised simply to be hunted by rich people with no regard of the sportsmanship or the nature of the creatures they kill. The Pax now prepare as they found out several U.S. representatives are going to this ranch on Thanksgiving Day and are preparing to unleash chaos upon the country. So you guys have about 6 days till Thanksgiving, and with gun in hand, what other things are you all doing to make sure that this goes off with as few hitches as possible? Because it'll never be without.
Yeah.
I actually appreciate that we can at least work towards that. Well, firstly, if we're to know who we're going after, we should find pictures, see who's going to be there. I'm sure there could be announcements on social media accounts of these people, where they're being.
Unlikely, but you do have their names, so you can look them up on their social media and find their pictures.
And I will do just that.
Done. Super easy.
I will show each of the Congress or Senate person picture to everyone here.
Awesome possum.
It's 6 days to study these pictures, definitely.
And Keegan, you said that there was only like 3 to 5 governmental employees. Everyone else is like an influencer or just somebody that's big, like a CEO.
Yeah, it's 3 senators, 10 congressmen.
Okay, so 13. It's a lot more than I thought. Okay.
And some wealthier folks. It was the time of year that's been beneficial to us.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's pictures on the internet of this place. Well, most definitely. What I'm thinking is maybe we can get an idea of maybe, it would have to be an enclosed compound. So maybe there's pictures of fences that we could get an idea of the defenses of the place pretty much from outside.
That's less likely to be on social media, because remember, for social media, what they want is to show the pristine, wilderness, not the fences that cage everything in, right? Because that breaks the illusion of kind of like the safari in your backyard, as their tagline goes.
So why don't we just go there and check out the perimeter ourselves?
Should we all go? Or, not risk all of us getting caught by something? Because I'll go by myself if need be. And maybe another. And he'll kind of shoulder Cora.
I can go with. That's fine.
Going in your lupus form would probably be a sound idea.
For sure.
And I would encourage Howls-In-Memory, maybe you don't, in case an errant gunshot heads their way from an excited hunter. And we'll keep it small, while Guards the Low and I continue planning, and if maybe Howls-In-Memory wants to stay with us, if the 3 of you would like to go and do a reconnaissance.
For sure.
I'm not against this.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. I'd say just keep your distance. Be careful. Be safe.
Of course.
Alright, so it sounds like we're going to do some reconnaissance.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you are all in lupus form. Moving through. The fencing's a little more heavy-duty than you'd expect, or you'd think right off the bat, but upon further thinking about it, right, this is a fence that's supposed to keep in buffalo, things like that are running for their lives, and things like that. So there's a concrete base with metal poles in, and then pretty tight wire all across with barbs on it to make sure that if any animal tries to run or tries to jump it, then the biggest problem that the park has to deal with is shredded beef.
Keegan, are there like tire tracks really close to the fence, almost as if there was a patrol?
There are sometimes tire tracks, but that seems more like maintenance. There's very clearly regular maintenance on the fence. There's a couple of cameras on the outside, likely because this place does draw the occasional protesters regarding animal cruelty. It has shown up on Head Novel a few times regarding, various animal rights groups, things like that. There are videos of animals being killed while shivering and afraid, or running into the fence, being tangled and essentially eviscerated by their own fear and their desire to flee. But it has never gained enough traction with people for there to be any kind of large-scale outcry outside of those spaces.
Mark will communicate in motion, less surveillance, probably in back, further from road.
As good a spot as any. Let's go.
So you start moving around, checking out things. There's a couple gatehouses, there's a couple guard houses as well on the edge, kind of like what you'd call game warden sheds. They're all about, maybe half a mile from the fence line, but they are viewable on the horizon, and there are the smell of humans in that area.
Are there any surveillance cameras on the perimeter this far back?
No, they have a couple security cameras basically on the fence.
Okay.
I don't know, from what you described, it doesn't seem like security of keeping people out is a super priority for them. It just seems like more keeping the animals in and maybe things private. Does that make sense? Am I missing something?
No, that makes sense to me.
So I think it'll be fairly easy to get in. I don't think that they have problems with people getting in because people don't want to get shot on an errand from an errand bullet, So really any place to get in, I think would be fine.
I would think maybe in the back would be best because it's one further away from the compound. It's a less visualized point of entry for what we're doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll go there and make our way inside.
Okay. So yeah, let's just keep doing see if we could just do the full perimeter for the day. We'll try to circumnavigate this thing.
Yeah, and you do.
Okay.
As you see, there's no real breaks in the fence. Once again, they keep this place pretty up to date because, once again, they don't want any of their animals escaping. Despite, things not leaving the social media sphere in certain areas, it's very clear that they want to keep it that way. And so an animal running out, escaping, getting into the nearby town, cut up and bloody, is just not within their best interests. So everything is kept pretty pristine, but possibly a jam technology and a Krynos ripping a hole in the fence when the camera goes down is a way to get in, because people won't be able to make out the Krynos right away because, as I said, the hunting lodges or the ranger lodges, the game warden lodges are about half a mile out from the fence line proper.
Okay, yeah. I'm keeping this in mind, definitely. It's just, if it's definitely well maintained, then that means that there's probably no limbs or branches hanging over the walls or the perimeter, or, animals to escape from, to use
Correct.
as escape. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, but definitely that was, in the playbook, was good old-fashioned jam technology and just claw the fence open. I'll turn back and motion and communicate to Cora. I think we're done here. I think we can head back to the PAX. This is good info.
Agreed.
And then we'll wolfily go away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as you head back and return to Kyle, Zeb, and Dimitri.
I see y'all are back. How did it go?
It went well enough.
Like,
They're more worried about keeping things in than they are keeping things out. But in keeping things in, it does keep things out.
But in some areas, ease of access could be easy with our use of gifts, jam technology, and good old-fashioned strength.
How did it look umbrally?
I didn't take a look. I was looking for physical entrance.
That's wise.
Also,
That's good to know.
there are warden cabins and hunting cabins on close to the premises, but not close enough where they could see. It's about half a mile away from the perimeter.
That's good news both for entry and exit in the event that those warden cabins are actually a good thing. If we so happen to cross into one of them and then appear rather than a violent entrance in, we're already getting an advantage. So this was an extremely worthwhile look that you all did. And you think there are some areas that'd be easy enough for us to get through if we needed to?
Definitely.
Security seems to be at minimum for surveillance.
You're usually pretty wise about understanding the technical parts of these things, so they probably have some technical means to watch. My other curiosity would be, William, to look. I would imagine there's maybe some normal wildlife camera streams that happen for a place like this for people just to happen to take a look. Even if they're curated, I'd be curious to know if there are any that are there. If not, then it's not a thing. That's purely a curiosity thing. Again, to kind of have a general understanding. They're not security, but game cameras are another thing that would give us an idea of the lay of things more in depth. Two-Hearts, you feel comfortable with the terrain?
I do. I think that that it would be easy. It's the terrain is built to house, animals. It's not too terribly difficult to. I don't think it'd be. We did a perimeter check, so I don't know more about closer to the center, but from what I saw, it looked.
I'm going to describe something to you, and I want the three of you to tell me kind of what the possibility of something like this working is. Howls-In-Memory and I have been talking for some time. I think there's there's a way for us to some of the more docile spirits in the Umbra to get riled up over time. We have a few days, so we get the animals there uneasy, and we might have a spirit that we can use then to unleash a small stampede. And if you use your gifts like Call the Rust in the right spot, Howls-In-Memory, we can definitely sow some chaos and get some animals going crazy. Do you think that would be part of a plan that would be effective, that would work based off of what you all saw?
Out of character, what are the trees like? Are they dense? Are they sparse? Flat,
Pretty
like
sparse. You're
imagine
kind of in the Texas plains more so than anything else.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, sick. I believe that a stampede would be beneficial. One, they wouldn't have anything too terrible trying to stop them other than maybe the fence. Sparse vegetation. It's not going to be like there's a big clump of forest that's going to stop them in their tracks. If we could have some of these people in the way of that stampede, that would be even better. The only thing is, if we don't have enough of the animals to stampede through the fence, the animals will hurt themselves. Fence line is. So either we have enough of these animals that are stampeding that they will be able to push the fence down, or we don't do it, because otherwise they will injure and kill themselves, and that is not what we want them to injure there.
That's fair, and that's why part of this was Call the Rust, and Howls-In-Memory knows the details of this, but I know that he's used it, or they have used it effectively before. And, and he'll kind of gesture to Mark to ensure that we disguise the Colossus of northern Wisconsin as we unleash mayhem upon these people. And William, we incite some fear. I think we can make something work here. It's going to be penned farm animals becoming uneasy, but we play on this in time. It's the little bit of the spark. We need to get in there, however we happen to cross, which I think some of those warden cabins could be a port of entry versus us just bursting in. And when that starts from within and we're there, and then we start, people start getting dropped. As that plan unfolds, it means there's going to need to be a couple of us that then start going after the more important targets. And so my split right now is there are some things that are connected to the ritual part and some of the other spirits in the area that I think guards the low, believes that he can leverage, while Cora and I perhaps make our way to some of the other targets, while the remaining three of you begin this mayhem, and there are going to be plenty of armed individuals that we're going to need to take down rapidly. And and I want to know what we think about the effectiveness of this. The goal is we're going to come together because we don't want to be isolated for very long. But again, if the police are called, we very, very quickly need to act. And if we do it at the right time of day, when folks are just sitting around drinking after a day of slaughtering defenseless animals for trophies, we may have something going here. Does that make sense as a plan? Again, I am not the full moon, but we've been discussing it here for a time since you all have been gone.
That sounds like a very interesting and good plan. I only have one concern. A lot of the animals here pinned up aren't native to Texas here, so their spiritual presence is near zilch. So finding a native creature here to communicate spiritually, possible, but it's those that you'll need to communicate to, and it's those spirits you'll have to rely on to rile up those ones that don't have them here.
Well, we have a few days to make this work, and at the same time, we have one that could maybe definitely sing songs to some of those more docile spirits and see if we can get them just riled up just a little bit. And there may be other versions of spirits that we would summon here that are things that are native are ranchers and cowboys and things that know how to piss off an animal real good. So there are others outside of just the spiritual aspect. To your point, which is a very good one, about the fact that some of these have been bred here but aren't from here. We have a few days. This would be the ritual component and preparation that I would do for this, outside of us just making sure that William has any of the other components that he needs, and we're ready for an exit plan, which means probably having the car, both one, we would prep it to be awakened, and two, have guards below positioned in a place that we could move to him through the Umbra to get where we need to go to escape.
Sounds good. Real good.
All right, we'll start our preparations during this time. Any of you that need to take care of anything else, do so. Howls-In-Memory, some of your work will be done in the Umbra, please. And Mark, let's think over some spirits that would be appropriate if we're going to summon those that would help us. That'll be a little bit closer to when we actually start game day, but let's think that over. We have some time. And otherwise, if there's any other information about the cameras on site, William, that aren't security but are just game-type cameras for folks to watch nature, that would be extremely helpful.
Yeah.
After some searching, William, there are one or two, but they keep that pretty on the DL, and they are very curated, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to be
least
out
they
of
can get
just
some-
one particular stretch. They don't say where the cameras are, but the background looks consistently the same.
Okay.
What I will do with Howls-In-Memory, Keegan, and to the point that Mark made, is see just how desolate or not desolate the spiritual landscape is for the animals that are here right now.
One more time.
Based off of Mark's pretty accurate assessment, Zeb wants to verify in the Umbra just how spiritually sparse or not sparse this is to see what kind of advantages we can have.
Okay.
Based off of what's there.
Yeah, looking in the Umbra, this place is teeming with weaver spirits. Despite there not being a lot of buildings, there's kind of a malaise of spider silk that almost permeates the grounds like a fog. With a few native species, so several deer and bison spirits, caught up and trying to move through the webs slowly but surely, but constantly caught and slowing, their bodies stiff like they're half statue, half flesh.
I'm happy to roll an occult roll on this, Keegan, because Zeb's idea, I'll describe the concept and then the knowledge roll that I need to make to see if it was possible. Because it would be, all right, let's go after to see if we can try to get some of these spirits riled up and help break some of these spider threads. But would that be months of work? Is the real thing? If Zeb's plan, that part of it is just useless, and we discard that or not?
It would not take months. Well, destroying the webs might be, but really infuriating the spirits, that is doable within days.
All right.
I could traverse the fence in the Umbra over the webs with my gift of Web Walker.
Which is extremely helpful for us to get in. So if we decide that we're going to cross over from within, that's going to be a good thing for you and your packmate. Most definitely. So good call on that to be faster. Let's think about, we have a few days, which means we can summon more than a few when the day comes. But we'll do some rituals here to see what we can attract to then really get these spirits wound up. And then Howls-In-Memory, I'd like you to see about going to work too with even some of the smaller spirits here, because we can take our time to really get these animals mad.
All right, sounds good.
I have an idea.
Oh,
Instead of riling up, this is a long shot, and I'm all for continuing our current plan. But instead of riling up the animals, how about giving them a bit of a spiritual guide to continuously push them further away from the people, so that way it takes them longer to get tracked down, and it gives us a bit more time to do our thing once we're in.
if we do this, that would be part of it. Was I want them to go far and fast, and so depending on what we summon, yes, which is why part of this for the real riling up. Mark, if you would take lead on the appropriate spirit as you see fit, and then for part 2, I will ritually perform for another spirit to fill that piece, and then we understand that we're going to be making our way then through the Umbra to enter somewhere inside the compound, and then we might be fighting our way out. So rile up spirits that are already there, find something externally to help us. I will find something that helps us a little bit longer. To William's point, we know the cameras that are already inside of there, and we know how we're going to fight. We're going to be split up and we're going to come together. So good calls all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So.
Ooh, I have an idea.
All right, go for it.
With the proper time and the proper reagents, I would like to summon a spirit of a buffalo hunter.
All right. Why?
Well, Zeb, why? No, because here's my thing. Like, one of the most popular ways back in the day, because, they didn't have the huge ammunition stacks that, we do today as hunters. Even the old school white frontier hunters would run buffalo off and stampede them off of, like, cliffs and stuff. So my head is why not get a spirit that's good at causing stampedes and is a hunter?
Got it. Okay.
I guess I think you're onto something, but to pull that a little bit more, why not like a cattle rustler, which would be kind of spiritually cool because it's someone that steals cattle, right?
Oh yeah.
So a spirit like that would be kind of a wild spirit. So in our wheelhouse more, that would help rustle these cattle up and steal them out. And then I think you found the air quotes guide, and we'll think of another spirit that maybe helps get those animal, those spirits even more riled up. But I think cattle rustler would be a fine spirit to summon in that regard.
Okay, yeah. So that is the spirit I will summon, as a cattle wrestler to.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Pretty much let him. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I could save that. Yeah.
And building on top of the cattle rustler spirit, maybe we could also summon a rage spirit to stir the animals up.
I was my thought there was angry horny bull was going to be the spirit type that I was going to go for to get these animals all riled up. So yes, the cattle rustler and that would maybe be the combo that we would go for. I think you're onto something there.
All right. Perfect.
All right, so we're summoning some spirits, right?
That's right.
All right. So, do you want just a gaffling cattle wrestler there, Sig, since it's only doing one purpose? Or do you want a jaggling?
I want a jaggling because, this is a purpose with a plan behind it, and I think a jaggling would be able to understand that better than just a gaffling.
All right. So, with that'll be a diff 5 roll.
Diff 5, and that's a wits occult.
No, rituals.
Oh, rituals occult. That's right. Yeah. No.
No, wits rituals. There you go.
Blah 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 blah. Woo.
All right. With that, you are able to. The spirit of cattle wrestling shows up. He rides upon a horse that is part of his body. Though it looks like he is wearing the chaps of a cowboy, they're actually flesh that connects to the horse that are also flesh. There's fire burning from the eyes, and the hat is also part of the man's head, as his mane and his hair flow wildly as both voices speak at the same time. Howdy, partner. Why have you all summoned me here?
And as he stands to face him, he remembers all the cheesy cowboy shows his foster dad would watch, and he looks him straight in the flaming eye sockets and goes, "Well, howdy, partner. I think I got a job for you."
Jobs are good and simple, but boy, let us cut with the theatrics. We are here to do work. And if you want me to throw something around and you want to pay, then you gotta say it in plain English. I ain't no lawman, and you know better than that. As he kind of shivers, and you see like spider-like legs pulling out from his back as you see several pistols on the ends of them.
Well, now hold on, partner. I was just getting a gauge of your feeling, and I think I summoned the right person. I got a big one for you, sir. There's a whole mess of cattle over there in that land, looking just to be wrestled. And me and my posse, we just happen to need to get in there. Now, we're not after them for ourselves, so we can leave them to you, and you can cause as much commotion as you want trying to get them. But you gotta wait for our word on when you do it.
Very well, what is the word? How do you say it? Because that is gonna be how it is. How are you gonna rustle these cattle?
Out of character. Is he asking me how we're gonna be wrestling the cattle?
No, how are you gonna signal him for the rustling?
Oh, okay.
I think the fence has come down, man.
Yep. Well, me and my posse will be breaking down the fences there. And when we break down the fences, we'll let you know. Just listen for the rakes of claws against metal.
Partner, now that don't work for me, but I like the way you think. That ain't proper cattle wrestling. What you gotta do is you need to fire at least 3 times in the air and give a big old whoop whoop.
That does sound mighty fine and proper then. I know a guy that's got a rifle that can help us, and...
That's good. Let out that yell.
Well, you've certainly got my horse on that one, sir. Get it? Well, anyway. I appreciate your working this in. We'll let loose that symbol. Yell and gunshots and all.
And what do you offer in exchange at this fun time right here?
Well, any of those heads of cattle that you can wrangle yourself, you're free to have. And, well, maybe a little gift for showing up too. And he'll offer, let's see, I could probably eat something, hunt something before. I'll give him 3 gnosis.
Oh, well, that's mighty pleasant, but no. Thing is, the cattle wrestling is about the life of freedom. You understand? And I have noticed far too many slave owners down here in my home. So I need you to find a slave owner and make them fight and make them dead as the day is long.
Well, definitely. I figure we can do that. Hell, there might be one at this land and ranch over here that we're trying to hit.
I've heard about your plantations, and I've heard that they are called prisons. So if you can find one who owns one of those, rip them to shreds and make sure that the prisoners are able to have a lot of fun getting out of there.
I could certainly try to make that happen.
Then we got a deal, son, as he leans down to shake your hand.
And Mark will reach up and firmly grab his hand too.
His what looked like leather glove hands feels like warm skin upon yours with just a little extra fuzz on the palms. So he gives you a firm, hearty handshake and rides off to do his business when the signal is raised.
And then as he's riding off into the sunset, I guess, Mark will just kind of, well, howdy.
All right, so I believe Zeb is summoning a Randy Bull spirit.
So we're gonna take a little bit of time on this. What it'll be is it'll probably be with the pack if unless William is decisively busy. It'll be Howls-In-Memory and Zeb at least acting like very angry bulls, stomping and snorting and just being general menaces because we're gonna swing big for our summon here. So if William might be above such things, he's very sophisticated, but
Mark's not above that.
Yeah, we're a bunch of creeps. So we're gonna do that though, specifically those behaviors, Keegan, to try to attract the right type of spirit and then go for it.
Is Cora getting in on that action, or is she above that kind of stuff?
Are you above? Like, it'll be like bashing our heads together and just being wild and crazy.
Sure,
For a few
why
hours.
not?
Mark will
Alright.
mime horns and kind of headbutt Cora on the shoulder.
She needs to blow off some steam anyway.
Oh, Mark, you gotta do it like this. Put your whole back into it, and Dimitri's gonna ram him.
It's gonna be cows for breeding, cowboys for bleeding is what we're going for here with our bull summon here.
All right, so you're doing a juggling then, or is it you going for a totem level?
We were gonna go totem level. We're gonna take a few hours to prep though,
Okay.
Which is why we're doing this over Spirit of Time to lower difficulty.
Okay, so we'll lower that by 2. So
Alright.
the patron level is
7.
7, so that goes down to 5. As Dimitri tries to get cute, headbutts Cora, and Cora headbutts him back, and he just rolls on the floor, despite him soaking damage in Hamid. All right.
That's impressive.
The spirit starts to arrive as this massive, rippling muscled bull walks in, well endowed, moving back and forth, his tail swinging back and forth, gives a big old snort as dust goes everywhere as he looks y'all over and is like,
I smell a good time.
Time to kill and breed, brother. There are cows there yonder for you, and foolish cowboys that would stop you. And we're gonna open the way.
Oh, see, them girls are bigger than what I usually get. A little more woolly, but, wet highs.
you see his big long tongue lick along his lips and into his nose as cows are known to do, as he sways a little bit in every regard that you can imagine.
Mark just stares.
But I'm not against it. Oh, maybe have some little woolly babies of my own.
What's your name, big fella? Excellent. Well, there's going to be plenty of stories told about you and what you do this day. And Zeb will give him 2 noses to get him, good and pepped up. Maybe the form of like something to eat and like a little taser type shock, get him good and mad, ready to go. What else can we do for you to make this a banner day?
Oh, I've been smelling them farms where they take good old cows and force them to have babies without a good bull to give them the pleasure. Let them free them, get them to a proper bull, and make sure that them humans don't put their filthy hands in them, just so that they can drink the tit juice of them who should be spawning the next generation.
We are aiming
Freedom
to
long,
get
freedom
demonetized.
strong, brother.
Well, I was gonna say we're aiming to get demonetized without actually being a monetized channel. We're just getting ahead of the curve.
God damn, it's like breed them round, breed them proud. Okay, hang on. Breed them strong, brother. We got you, and we'll do right by our cousins.
Oh, brother, you do me honor.
He stomps and he starts to throw his head back like he's ready to fight. As he lifts up, and you see everything as he slams down and he slices the air with his bull horns to where it almost seems like the few threads of spider silk that are there cut before they reintegrate together.
Them ladies will know freedom and they will know the caress of a good bull.
All right, so to make him ready.
Go on.
All right, no.
We don't have a cow. We have a bull.
And this is about to unleash this thing. Okay, and which is about to be far funnier if I were to say. So I wanted Howls-In-Memory to make the horny cow sound.
Sean,
Man, how's that pit you're digging down there, man?
Yeah, you are. You're about 6 feet down.
That's it. All right,
That's it?
I got
He's
the
done.
phrase. I got the phrase. When you hear screaming, you come running.
Okay.
it's not any better.
I know, it's on purpose.
Oh, I'll come running. Don't you worry.
As he struts off, as he re-enters the umbral landscape. Now is a great time to remind our listeners this is not a podcast for children, though I doubt any children are in fact listening to this podcast.
Good Lord, one of those things almost hit me in the head.
Trying to get into the horny silver record.
I wanted you to stop at like, don't say running. Just if you hear a screaming coming.
If you hear him screaming, come a running, yep, and I'll run a coming.
All right.
Jesus.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's a shame
it's
Tyler
not
can't turn words into images in his head, because I think the rest of you have so many things you wish to share with him regarding how that scene played out.
So big. So big.
That's only average with what my wife reads.
Okay.
So she is listening.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Zeb always gets the interesting spirits, you know? Not
You
Zeb.
choose some interesting
tell you
spirits.
afterwards.
I do choose some
It's funny.
interesting. Hey, they work. Choose them because they work. The wild is wild, baby.
That ghost cow wrestler's gonna have an eyeful at some point.
Well, hopefully not. He's pretty tall.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Laughing.
Other preparation aside, it's that we're gonna be crossing over on their side. There's gonna be call the rust to bring shit down, screaming and hollering, and a signal to bring the rustler and the bull in, and to hopefully cause some mayhem. Anything
and-
else?
Mark will tell William what the signal is and that he'll need to shoot his gun in the air.
How about I just shoot at the people?
Well, this is a signal for the wrestler. Once we make entrance.
The spirit did ask specifically to shoot in the air.
Yep.
I will hand my handgun to Mark. You can signal. I will be off picking these people off, making them fear for their lives.
Oh. Well,
You know how to use these things, right?
I could.
I
I've
will take
actually-
that as no.
No. But if I
So
just
I
need to
will-
shoot up in the air, I think I'll be fine.
Here's the safety.
Okay.
Keep it on until
Right.
you fire the thing.
Okay.
Once you're done, re-engage it.
Okay. Okay.
It is
Alright.
not just for my safety, but also yours.
Oh, no, trust me. I've
don't
seen you
want-
use this. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so again, we're going to cross over by the cabins, bring down the gates. When we bring them down, shoot in the air, shouting starts, it begins. Cora and Zeb are going to make a dash to where we need to go, and y'all make your way there as fear takes hold. And for jam technology and other things, bring it down where you can, how you can. Communications would be a good one to blank out right away. Zeb's going to channel a spirit to help do that, or channel a spirit power to help do that, like we did for the attack on the reserve. So I think at this time we know where we're going to enter. Probably look at things or powers that we're going to want to use, unless there's any other prep stuff.
Before we get things started, do we have time to do a quick spirit hunt and fill up on Gnosis? I still only have like 2 left after that vampire fight.
So because of the traveling that had happened, you are full Gnosis.
Oh, okay.
Dimitri.
Never mind then.
Alright. We ready to fuck some shit up?
Yep.
Hell yeah, brother.
Alright.
We're going to make our way in to one of those like warden cabins, which is where we'll cross over.
Okay.
And then things will unleash from there. And Mark can navigate us through any problems in that part until we get to where we.
Alright,
where we
so we need to activate web walking. You'll actually get there almost instantaneously because web walking just treats the pattern webs like they are a moon bridge. which is pretty nice.
I still need to make a charisma science roll, though.
Yes, at diff 7.
And this is Gnosis. I spent Gnosis. Can't use it.
This is a gift, so you can't use willpower.
Yeah. All right.
That's the rule.
Hey.
All right. So you instantly travel in there. The Gnosis difficulty here is 6 because it's so well managed. Channel Spirit from Zeb. 4 successes.
They're going to be the electrical spirit powers again, Keegan, where it's like blast communications, overload circuits, and then the overall spirit blast.
Cool. Done. As I need Gnosis rolls now to enter the physical world instantaneously. And I need one from Cora or Mark, whoever has the highest Gnosis. All right. You both instantly step through. As, there's one guy, just on his phone. He doesn't even look up at you because he doesn't notice you right away. He's clearly bored, sitting there scrolling through head novel.
All right, well, kill that dude.
Done.
And then at that point, let's get the gates down.
That's called the rust from Dimitri, yes?
Yes, and as for the amount of metal, I was leaning towards as much metal as a car. Just bring out a large section of the fence.
Sounds good.
So that's going to be a diff 8.
Okay.
4 successes.
Bam. Did it.
Keegan, is there fire, gunfire off in the distance for late night hunting and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's a couple gunshots. It's the day of. I believe we just time jumped to the day of Thanksgiving to fuck shit up. So, so it's the daytime. Yeah.
Okay, and it would not be out of place for me to pull out the pistol then, and then shoot 3 shots in the air, and then let loose a yell.
Yeah, you start whooping as you you hear distant shouts happening. All right, to scour this place and try and find the people you need, I will need perception survival checks. It's similar to how we did the investigation for finding cops in Colorado Springs, but survival because it's more wildernessy. If you decide to go in lupus form, you can substitute survival with primal urge.
So a question, is that everyone or just one person?
Everyone.
Diff in lupus?
In lupus, it would be diff 4. For everyone else, it's diff 6 for survival.
So knowing I don't have the skills in Hamid, would I shift to lupus then?
That's a you question.
Sure. Because that's a bit metagaming.
That's your character figuring out, hey, I'm bad at this in my Hamid form.
Yeah. Alright, I will do that.
And then you just insta-shift to Hamid once you're within range and you can use your gun, because I'm assuming you bound the gun to you. I assume someone has the right of binding.
I do, and I would.
Yep, alright, cool. Alright, so we're gonna... Who's with whom? I guess you guys split up, yes?
Yeah, originally it was going to be Cora and Zeb were making the run toward the big building to get some of the higher profile ones, and Zeb can, was spending that Gnosis to blow out all communication circuits.
Perfect. So with that, then, you guys find 2 of the senators and 4 of the congressmen.
Sick.
You do exactly what it would look like. And then Dimitri, William, and Mark, are you all together? Or are you split up?
The plan was them working together, unless William was doing his thing.
Well, I was gonna use the rifle to do long range and not
Okay, so this is how it's gonna go. William, you find one congressman on your own in your lupus form, and you shoot him. And then you find a good high spot, the highest spot in the whole park. They have a couple of those elevated hunting platforms throughout this place where you just sit and wait. You get on there, and you use the scope of your rifle. Dimitri and Mark bump into Congress people, give howls, and you're able to find them and shoot them.
I was just about to ask if I could help William kind of shoot the congressmen and senators by drawing them out, pushing them out of hiding in lupus form.
Yes, things like that. So that's kind of what you guys are doing. You miss one, but that's okay. Thanks to the harrowing of Dimitri and Mark, that congressman is pushed in front of a stampeding herd of bison and is crushed underfoot. And turned into the fruit salad no one eats at the Capitol building by the end of the run. Influencers are screaming. You're able to take out one or two of them just to increase the fear with your gunshots. Everything's kind of going to shit. Communications are breaking down. But of course, there are a few like hardwired, like, you know, things to try and like call police quickly. But with 20 or with 30, 40 minutes of just absolute mayhem, you are able to take folks out and get the fuck out. Crushing them, destroying them. The bison burst through the rusted gates, as well as various other animals that they've been holding here. A few of them not native, but likely will be seen on the streets and likely seen being killed by law enforcement, which tends to get more social sympathy than police killing American's fellow man for whatever fucking reason. So,
during this mayhem,
yes,
did Mark happen to run? Because like there'd be a list of people here, including all of these like senators and congressmen that arrived. Amongst that list, would there have been a picture and a name for a prison worker, a prison guard, a prison warden?
Nope, you're gonna have to do that one on your own.
Sounds good. I was actually hoping for that.
Yes. All right. So, you guys start running out. You guys succeed. You have caused even more chaos across the country, as 3% of the U.S. Senate has disappeared in a matter of minutes. And now you've got to try and find a prison warden.
Okay.
Or frozen beverage warden. Both are valid targets, but that is a story for another day. And we will find out how all this shakes out, or really blows up, next time. Thank you to everyone who listened. We'll catch you in that next episode. Bye.
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 See you then, partner.